Hey guys. Hey Ditch, quick question. Why are you sitting in a pit of rocks and direct sunlight? Are you wearing sunscreen? Do you care about your skin health? It is hot today. It's actually warm. Okay, team. What are we doing out here? I'm sitting in a lawn chair in a pit of rocks and stones and dirt and weeds, and I might be the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. Where you see rocks, I see potential. One of my long time dreams was to create and nurture a beautiful garden. Joshua and I, my husband, have been living in an apartment pretty much since we got married. We've lived in 3 different apartments, and now, for the very first time as a married couple, and for Joshua, the very first time ever, we're living in a house. It is a rental. The dream would be to own, obviously, but interest rates, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We got an amazing deal on this house, and I think one of the reasons is because this yard is, well, it's not really a yard. There's almost nothing living in this garden. There's a mixture of concrete and turf and wood chips and stones. And I think maybe there was a fire pit here at one point. I don't know. I'm not judging. Who knows what the previous tenant was doing and what their life situation was. Maybe they just didn't have the energy to keep up with a yard. And now we're here. What you're watching now is the very first official episode of, what am I going to call this? Episode 1 of transforming this rock pit into my dream garden. Now hold your horses, because I know some of yous are going to be like, Dish, it's widowy a rental. Why would you pour effort into a rental? It's not even yours. Because life is short. Our lease is for 2 years. All I have right now in my life is this moment. That is true for every single person alive. Yes, investment is great. Ownership is great. But ownership is a concept. Everyone who owns something eventually dies. Okay, not to get too conceptual and philosophical. I know that's going to ruffle some feathers, some finance bro feathers. But I don't care. This is my life. Whatever expenses and time I lose, so to speak, on this rental garden, hopefully I can make it up with this YouTube series. We'll see. And I know almost nothing about gardening, guys. I haven't had indoor plants, most of which have had to be moved outside because my cats really like to chew on leaves. I can see them watching me from inside right now. I've bought a few potted plants. Basically, every time I go to Lowe's, I buy something new. But yeah, for this first episode, I want to show you what we're working with. And then I'm going to take one significant step that I'm slightly scared to take, and I'm going to put something in the ground, even though I'm scared. But we're taking risks. We're doing things we don't know how to do. And thus, life improves and becomes more exciting. So let me... There they are. Playing with dirt in a white shirt, maybe not the best idea. It'll be fine. Ugh. I don't want to say I don't believe in the basil, but I don't believe in myself in the basil. I don't know, I just realized this bag says for in-ground use. Does that mean it's not for pots? Maybe I'm stupid, but I guess I just thought dirt was dirt. I guess we'll find out. Planting soil. I am planting something. Am I not? Maybe I'm not. I'm potting something. Maybe that is different. Well, if the basil dies, I could just blame it on that. Let's take a little tour, shall we? In the interest of not doxing myself, I have to be somewhat careful with what I show, but I can show you at least the whole backyard. So here's my office, and then out from this office is like a patio type thing. It's just where I've started storing stuff. And then here we have a beautiful strip of turf with weeds coming through. Another strip of turf with weeds coming through. Here we have 2 palm trees. Well, I guess it's 1 palm tree split into 3 pieces, but this will break the fence. Like if this ever snaps, which we didn't put this there, okay? It was there before we got here. This thing will break this wall. So that's not awesome. Not sure what we're gonna do about that. Then here we have the no man's land of weeds, some funny little stones. And then here's the main the main event, okay? This is the rock pit. Yeah. With just weeds that have just kind of started popping up. So I don't know if this was the previous tenant. I don't know who made this decision, but it's just such a shame to use all of this. To use all of this just for rocks? Ugh, you know, different priorities. Okay, I'm gonna be careful with showing you the front. I'm just gonna show you one part, one part of it that I think is particularly funny. I don't know what the goal was with this project. But when you step outside and you turn to your left, you see this. A mysteriously phallic looking strip of rocks with nothing inside. Who did this? Why? But yeah, the front is basically more the same dirt and rocks. I think there's a lot of potential. It is scary. What was that noise? It's going to be a lot of work and a lot of trial and error, and I just have to kind of accept the fact that, you know, plants are going to die sometimes. I'm not going to do everything perfectly. I'm going to learn, and it's going to be fun, and I'm probably going to sweat and hopefully build some muscle. I mean, those rocks aren't going to take themselves out. There's just going to be an entire episode of ripping rocks out of the ground. I would like to take one big step today. I have this jasmine, and I understand the jasmine are very, very, very sturdy. It's in this tiny little pot. This was only $14, and I have to keep telling myself that because there's definitely a risk it's going to die. But there's this little area right here. That's where the hose is. And I just feel like this is a great place to put it. And it goes up to the kitchen window, so like if it does grow well, I can kind of put it up the sides. It can grow along this wall. And I figure this is something that I can till decently well, put some new soil in there. I need to do a quick Google search to find out if no Ashley, sorry, no entry. If I shouldn't plant something near a pipe. I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything. Ow! She moved that. She opened it a little bit. Soka, you doing something bad? Do you feel the call of the wild? I don't blame you. Only plant shrubs or small plants with non-invasive roots. Install a root barrier? Okay, what's a water line? What is a water line in plumbing, not in makeup? Does jasmine have invasive roots? Fragrant jasmine can be considered invasive. It is deep-rooted. Jasmine will have root systems proportionate to its top growth. Growth? Okay, that's out. Will jasmine choke out other plants? Yes, it will. What to plant near hose? No, not house, hose. Lettuce, petunia, strawberries, onions. Oh, that makes sense. So you're telling me I could grow onions and radishes next to the hose? All right, I've just done a deep dive on how. No, that's giving myself way too much credit. I have done a quick search to basically understand how plumbing works, and trees are the biggest culprit because they have like thick, strong roots, but jasmine can grow to an invasive level, so it might honestly be better for me to just put it in a pot. Like, I don't know if I want jasmine to be everywhere. My real dream was actually to plant wisteria, but turns out wisteria is poisonous to cats, which I probably could have guessed that from the name, but whatever. Can you use outdoor planting soil in pots? Garden soils are tended to use in the ground. They are not a good choice for containers because soil can quickly become compacted and waterlogged. This leads to poor and stunted growth. You should not use straight garden soil in pots. When used in containers, garden soil gets very compacted. Classic. You know what? I shouldn't be surprised that I'm starting off this series with a mistake. Well, I suppose I could go to Lowe's. You guys want to go on a Lowe's trip? You know what? This is good. It is good to start off by being humbled. I'm watching videos on how to till soil, like how to break up soil. Look at these search results. With someone you love. Oh, that's so sad. Narcissistic partner. Without hurting her. Impossible. I have been enlightened, and my shopping list has gotten much longer. Let's go to Lowe's. Who's ready to spend $200? I know I am. There's some things here that I literally have never seen before. I thought that was just in Minecraft. 250 or 240. Excuse me. Not bad. Not as bad as I expected it to be. We'll do a little haul when I get home. Okay. Back from Lowe's garden haul. Baby tears. This is my solution for planting over by the pipes. It's not gonna root very much as far as I understand. Solar garden lights, clothesline materials, paint bins, because I couldn't think of something better to put the rocks in. Potting mix, starter pots, some ocean plastic recycle planters. I don't know, I'm acting surprised as if I didn't buy them. And then this bin is going to be the start of my compost bin, believe it or not. The wood's not gonna decompose, right? The pine wood crate. I also got that big white Ramada or Tamada, whatever. And then it's gonna be dark, so we might just have to actually start the projects tomorrow. We're doing something for real. Something I've always liked the idea of, but obviously could never do. I am starting an active compost. I've been collecting green compost, which is just like food waste, nitrogen-rich materials, and now I need to get carbon materials, which the easiest place to get that is to use like twigs, dead leaves, anything that's fallen to the ground, anything that's brown basically. And looking out here, I see a lot of brown. So I think I'm just gonna walk around with this and try to gather as much like dead materials from the yard and from the front as possible. Oh gosh. I have these like baby scissors. Okay, there's actually a lot of twigs on the ground that I can use. That'll work, that'll work. Whoa. I believe this is enough to get started. I'm just gonna kind of need to chop this up a little bit. I will wear gloves next time I do this, I swear. Promise, pinky promise. I'm kind of doing this today out of necessity because I walked in the kitchen this morning and my little compost container had a very distinct fragrance. You want to dig some rocks out with me? Let's do this. Oh, there's so many. Oh. Oh, it's gonna be tedious work, my gosh. Can you tell I've never used a shovel? Yeah. All right, I think that is sufficient for now. Okay. I missed. And now for my greens. Actually, there is some browns in here because I put cardboard in. But here, take a whiff of that. Mmm, yummy, yummy. And then put this on top. No. Wow, that's so gross. And now we water it. I think I'm supposed to mix it up as well, at least a little bit. Ew, gross. There is my compost bin. It is attracting flies already, as I can see. Wow, that was really fast. I'll keep you posted. I hope this works. Because I really like the idea of not wasting so much, you know? I guess the flies they're bound to be there, right? It's kind of inevitable. Good morning, a night has passed. Let's check on the compost bin. As long as I don't hear a ton of buzzing, I think I'll be okay. Okay. I don't see bugs. I'm gonna say that's a good thing. I'm pretty sure all this stuff on top is supposed to be wet though. Oh, and it's about to be in the sun, huh? Well, that's a lot of bugs. Okay, so they were in there. Well, that's all right. It's all part of the natural process, right? That's the goal. If I get fertilized soil at the end of it, then great. But if I don't, It's fine, it'll just be an experiment. We just got pizza delivered, and I was about to spend extra to get some basil on top, fresh basil, and I realized that's so stupid because I have a wilting basil plant right here. Apparently, these bottom leaves are kind of doomed to fall off, so I think I'm just gonna grab, like, it's not sad, because they all look kind of sad, but like the lowest leaves that don't look like new growth, I guess. And I think that's enough. I don't really need much more than that. Yippee! Oh, it took a little nibble, huh? Unless it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Well, no. If you push it together, it's all... No conspiracy here.
That merger is finally going through. What the hell? Around you, he'll relax, let his guard down, begin to talk about himself. These disciplinary files.
Hi, I'm doing something and I figured you probably will want to see it. To be 100% with you, I still don't 100% know if this is a good idea, but I just feel like the risk can't be that big. So here's what's happening. I'm putting this in there. I'm gonna have to kind of rip it up to like fit it around the pole, but it's like shallow root ground cover. I can't remember what this is called. I'm sure it's on here, but I've had it sitting out here for a week, and I'm just gonna plant it and see what happens. Don't trip. I would lift it, but this bag is so heavy, dude. It's crazy to think that eventually my compost will be able to do this. Really, my gardening has been in like little spurts. I'm out here watering something and I get the motivation and I'll pot something, or I'll scoop up some rocks. I think it's even. I've gotten most of the trash out. I cannot for the life of me find a proper tripod, so we're working with some like jank setup right now. Just bear with me. Bear with me. All right, this is called Baby Tears. Write that down in case I forget. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Okay. Let go, please. I don't know how to do this. Okay. Okay. We're cooking. This is how it looks. It's a little uneven, but it's in there. Or on there. So maybe I just fill in the gaps so that it has room to grow, like back here. And hopefully this will stretch out and cover the entire thing eventually. Also repotting this little guy. It's I think it's some kind of pepper. But yeah, it's getting like shishito pepper. It's getting kind of like hot box in this thing. It's still growing. I think it's growing pretty well. These new growth up here, but can't hurt to have a bigger pot. Much better. I just can't wait to have useful production happening in the garden. Like, I watched a video of a girl who made a full meal just only of stuff from her garden. Like, that is just a dream, you know? And she's saying it tastes different than grocery store bought. I want to know what that's like. It's a great day.